Presented by Listen Headlines, latest world news from trusted sources. Updating daily at 6 a.m. New York. New York Times World News.
May 18, 5:18 America, New York. Economic headwinds mount as leaders weigh costs of confronting Russia. Top economic officials are gathering this week to discuss how to keep pressure on Vladimir V Putin without sinking their economies. Refugees fleeing the war in Ukraine arrived in Przemysl, Poland, in March.
Washington Post World.
May 18, 5:07 America, New York. Indonesian police arrest 24 suspected militants in raids. Indonesian police say they have arrested 24 suspected militants believed to have links to extremists accused of beheadings in remote mountain jungles and pledged allegiance to the Islamic State group.
New York Times World News.
May 18, 5 o'clock America, New York. China-style COVID lockdowns risk deepening North Korean crisis. As infections spread quickly, outside experts are warning that the country's desire to mimic Beijing's playbook could worsen a coming disaster. A photograph provided by North Korean state media showed North Korean leader Kim Jong-un attending a meeting on antivirus strategies in Pyongyang, North Korea last week.
Mirror World News.
May 18, 4:45 America, New York. Bow and arrow attacker admits stabbing 5 people to death in massacre. Espen Andersen Brathen, 38, has admitted to stabbing 5 people to death and trying to murder more during a bow and arrow attack in Kongsberg, Norway in October last year.
RT World News.
May 18, 4:44 America, New York. Baltic states demand massive NATO buildup, media. Some 20,000 troops are to be deployed to any of the 3 nations in case of a threat, a proposal seen by the Washington Post says.
BBC News World. May 18, 4:14 America, New York. Sweden and Finland formally submit NATO applications. The alliance's Secretary-General Jens Stoltenberg says it is a historic moment, which we must seize.
Mirror World News.
May 18, 3:55 America, New York. Desperate Vladimir Putin finally deploys Terminator tanks in Ukraine for first time. The Terminator tanks were first brought within just a few miles of the Ukrainian border only days before the invasion began, but it has taken until now for them to be deployed.
Wall Street Journal World News.
May 18, 3:47 America, New York. China's new home prices fall for the first time in more than 6 years. A monthly measure of new home prices in China fell for the first time in more than 6 years, offering further evidence of the pain that Beijing's regulatory campaign is inflicting on the sector.
Time.
May 18, 3:37 America, New York. Here's what to know about Joe Biden's first trip to Asia as U.S. president. On May 20, Joe Biden embarks on his first trip to Asia as U.S. president against a tumultuous backdrop. Among other issues, his administration has been dealing with China's refusal to condemn Russia's invasion of Ukraine and tensions with Beijing over Taiwan.
WorldCBSNews.com.
May 18, 3:15 America, New York. Finland and Sweden officially apply to join NATO. The moves, driven by security concerns over Russia's war in Ukraine, come despite Kremlin warnings that doing so would be a grave mistake.
BBC News World.
May 18, 3:02 America, New York. Lancet study. Pollution killed 2.3 million Indians in 2019. The report found that nearly 1.6 million deaths in India were due to air pollution alone.
Wall Street Journal World News.
May 18, 2:57 America, New York. Finland, Sweden apply for NATO membership, breaking decades of neutrality. The move breaks with a decades-long defense doctrine that has seen them balance political and security partnerships with other Western nations while staying out of formal military alliances.
Fox World News.
May 18, 2:38 America, New York. Finland, Sweden file official applications to join NATO amid Russia-Ukraine war. The pivotal Nordic countries of Finland and Sweden formally applied to join the North Atlantic Treaty Organization Wednesday, amid Russia's continuing invasion of Ukraine.
Washington Post World.
May 18, 2:01 America, New York. Finland and Sweden formally apply for NATO membership. The two countries have dramatically shifted their thinking on security since Russia's invasion of Ukraine.
RT World News.
May 18, 1:50 America, New York. U.S. to retain maximum pressure on Venezuela, media. Washington is reportedly willing to lift some penalties on Caracas, but will not abandon its sanctions-based policy.
World News. Breaking international news and headlines, Sky News.
May 18. 1:29 America, New York. Kim Jong-un smokes cigarette as he slams North Korea's immature response to COVID outbreak after rise in deaths. Kim Jong-un has criticized North Korea's immature response in dealing with its first confirmed COVID outbreak. Kim Jong-un smokes during COVID meeting.
BBC News World.
May 18. 1:26 America, New York. Woman kidnapped as a child reunites with rescuer. Kathy Rethman, from Australia, has finally come face to face with the man who saved her life. Washington Post World.
May 18. 001 America, New York. The Organization of America. Florida shadows Hungary's war on LGBTQ rights. Maybe Florida is becoming our American Hungary, conservative commentator Rod Dreher mused last month.